Good morning, you guys. In the Luxury Travel University today in my group, I just got off of a consulting call with somebody, and we did a lot of talking about what this person wanted to do for their future. And so I wanted to just get on live and talk to you guys a little bit about developing your business plan, because I have a lot of people call me and they're like, I really want to sell luxury travel. I really want to get going in this, but I don't know how to get started. And what I'm finding a lot of the time is that it's because people don't have really a business development plan in place. And so I just want to address that for just 5 or 6 minutes here today. And if you've got questions, I can answer those live right now for you. But I want to talk about exactly what your business development plan needs. Because just saying that you want to sell more luxury travel is not going to help you meet that goal. It's not going to bring you more business. You need to have a concrete plan in place. So the first thing that your business development plan needs is some type of an executive summary that just talks about like what the snapshot of your business is. So today I want you to take out a piece of paper. I want you to write these things down. So the number one thing is the executive summary of what your business development plan is going to be, the snapshot of what your business looks like. Okay, the second thing is I want you to write and be super crystal clear about your company's description. Describe what you do, who you are, what you're passionate about. Because again, most people will start off with me and they'll be like, oh, I just want to sell luxury travel. Okay, great. How are you going to get there? I want to know exactly what your company looks like, start to finish. What is a description of that? What do you do? Because sometimes I'll take phone calls with clients that I'm consulting from travel agencies, and I'll look at their whole picture of things, and not one thing screams luxury to me. They're pretty mass market sellers, and that's okay. They want to move into that, but they're not crystal clear about how they're going to get there. The third thing that I want you to do, so number one was executive summary. Number two was your company description. And number three is I want you to run a quick market analysis of where you're at. You need to do some research in the industry. You need to go out there and look at what other people who are selling luxury travel, see what they're doing. How are they doing it? What are they putting out there? What content are they using? What's your market? Who are your competitors in your market? Right now on the internet, you could have a lot of different competitors because your competitor might be somebody in Florida versus California where you live. And so do a market analysis right now. You've got time on your hands to do that, to figure out what people are doing and if it's working for them. Okay, number four is organization and management. What's your structure? If you are a solopreneur, this is really difficult. Because while people tend to be experts in things, it doesn't make them entrepreneurs. It doesn't mean that they're growing their business. It means an expert means you're doing a lot of pieces. You're doing your accounting, you're doing your sales funnels, you're doing your social media, you're doing your products. You're also the front line of your office, the face, you're meeting with the vendors. And so you're becoming an expert, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily an entrepreneur and you're making your business grow. Entrepreneur means that you want to focus on what is really important to you and you're letting other people do those pieces. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking like, okay, I'm barely paying my bills right now because travel's not moving. But your goal should be to be able to hand off some of these tasks. And that doesn't mean that you necessarily go out and buy social media bundles if it doesn't meet your marketing, if it doesn't meet what your messaging is. Okay. And so your organization might mean right now that you're a solopreneur, the solo worker in your office. But eventually the goal would be that you want to expand that and bring more people on to be that virtual assistant, to run your social media, to do your accounting, so you can focus on the critical parts of your business. Okay. So far we've talked about the executive summary, the company description, creating a market analysis of what's going on, and then what you eventually want your organization and your management to look like. And so this is all helping you build that business development plan. I've got 4 more tips for you guys this morning. The services and products. What services and products are you going to be in bed with? I want you to be, again, my word today is like crystal clear, focused on what your services and products that you're going to sell. people that sell the full bag generally are not as successful as those people who are niched down. And I get a little restless. So I'm always like, I really want to just be doing river cruises only because it's good commission. But I get restless and I want to sell other exotic products and Africa and different things. And so it doesn't mean you have to narrow down to one thing, but you should be pretty clear on what brands that you want to work with. And I'm going to be bringing on brands to help you guys discover, which area you like. I just recently heard of an agent who was like, oh, I'm going to be selling all Antarctica. And really, she wasn't the expedition type. She just knew that it was like nice money and it was like, a fun product and so forth. But she really was made more for mass market products. And that was fine. Her personality just didn't fit the Antarctica product. She wasn't interested in the expeditions, really. Someone had talked her into maybe niching that direction, and it really didn't fit what she was passionate about. Okay, so getting down and dirty with your services and products. So, and if you guys want to ask questions right now, throw them in the comments and I'll answer those while I'm live right now. Okay, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tip is your marketing and sales. How are you going to market your business? And that's what my group's all about. I'm going to be teaching you sales and tricks, sales strategies and marketing strategies to help you move that ball down the court. Because again, the thing I hear every single day is I want to sell more luxury travel, but I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do that. So 1, this business plan is really super duper important. And then 2, you've got to have a marketing plan. It's not top level, top shelf, just posting on Facebook or doing a travel night or whatever. You need to be clear about how you're going to do that. And we're going to spend time like talking about that point because that's a whole discussion in itself. Okay. And then funding. How are you going to fund things? I mean, it takes money to make money. And so you're going to have to put some money aside that you're going to want to spend to actually, move your business down the road for the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, if you're only working from commission to commission and you don't have a goal of, hey, I'm going to put money into sales funnels, or I'm going to put money into advertising, or I'm going to put money into growing my groups or my travel groups in the future, you're going to have an issue. You want to be able to have a pool of money that you can actually put towards advertising. Okay. And then what you think your financial projections are going to be. The biggest thing I always hear is I want to be making 6 digits. And I'm telling you, it's super fun to be in the 6-digit category, scaling a 7-digit business. That ultimately should be everybody's goal. So make some projections of where you want to be and how you're going to do that. And that's really going to start with not just saying, I want to make 6 digits, but hey, if I sell X amount of river cruises at this cost with this commission, I'm going to be making this much compared to if I sell 59 Disneylands or Disney Worlds. You only have to, you can sell less products and make more. And that's what's the beautiful thing about this. You don't have to work quite as hard. And so again, you're going to be looking for the service and products that are going to make you more money. You're going to create a strategy to sell that. And then you're going to make a projection of what you want to make. And then my final tip today that should be included in everybody's business plan is thinking about how you can give back. I've told my story a million times of my nonprofit, how I've been able to turn travel into giving back into sustainable development projects all over the world and in our humanitarian trips. And so on one hand, I'm all about luxury travel. And then in the summer, I'm living in garbage dumps and at Mother Teresa's and working with the blind in Nepal and doing so many amazing things that makes your life so much incredible. So the goal should not be just to make money, but the goal should be I want to make money so I can give back and help people around the world. That's what's going to make you more successful as a person. And that karma is going to come back 1,000 times in your life. And I can't overemphasize that. Have a purpose of making money, have a purpose in driving your business to be the best it can be, but have the end goal be that you can give back and help others in the world. So I'm going to sit here for a few minutes. If you guys have questions, put them out there. Let me review the tips while you're thinking about your questions, because I'm live right now and I'm happy to take your questions and answer them. So let's go over the business plan one more time. The executive summary. So the snapshot of what your business does. Number 2, your company description. Describe what you do. Okay, not just I want to sell travel. I want to sell leisure travel. Get crystal focused on that, laser focused. Do a market analysis, research everybody in the industry and see what the top selling agents, the top selling agencies, the top selling vendors are doing and how they're structuring that, and who their competitors are. Okay. Number 5, look at your services and your products that you're supplying, and get really in bed with those people right now while they've got time. Next tip was marketing and sales, how you'll market your business and your sales strategy, how you're going to fund it. Okay. How much money you're going to need for the next 3 to 5 years to be really, really moving the ball down the court, and then what your financial projections are going to be. Okay, so, oh my gosh, yes. I don't know who said this because I can't see the names, but hope you are well. So much to work on. Thank you. There is so much to work on. Here's another question. How do you grow a Facebook group, and should it be for everybody to join or just your target market? That's really kind of a personal decision. My Facebook group for my consumers and friends has over 2,000 people in it. And I want to talk a little bit about the difference between a group and a page, because a page is completely ineffective now. It was effective 5 years ago. And you still have to have a page because those Facebook pages feed in from Instagram and so forth. And so this is a really good question, but your Facebook group, I mean, I probably have 385 people on my Facebook group and probably 20 people see it. But what is really crazy is that well, let me share my screen for a minute and I'll just share my Facebook group with you. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can do this. Let me go to my Facebook group really quick. So hang tight with me. And I'll just go into my group. Trips and Ships, luxury travel. Okay. So this, can you guys see this? Can you nod and tell me if you can see this? Okay, we can't see it yet. Okay, so let me see if I can figure this out because I haven't shared screens on this before. Okay, I think that you can see this, but this is my Facebook group. It has over 2,000 people in it. Some are agents on here that have joined me. But this is interesting. I just posted this this morning. I've already had, well, I guess this was late last night, 526 people. And I'm starting to get comments on people that I know are interested in joining me on this. And you can share a lot of different things on here. I share different articles I'm in. I, share news. I raise some awareness. I'm starting to really market more Africa. And this is interesting because just like on this post alone, 900 people were reached on that. And so you can do big things on this. 1.2 thousand on just this Positano post right here. And so, you can scroll through and, talking about Four Seasons right here in Schoolcations, 900 people reached. I post every single day. And that's one thing that you've got to be really legit about is, let me get off this again. Could you guys see that or you couldn't see that? Oh, you could see it. Okay, let me go back to myself. You've got to, when you run a Facebook group, you've got to be legit and you've got to post every single day. You can't just be that sporadic poster that just posts like once in a while, okay? Because you don't get as much mileage with that. And so in terms of whether or not the question is, should everybody join or just your target market? I think everybody should join. I think you should build that as much as you can because you're starting to become an influencer and you're gaining authority and you don't know if those people could potentially be your market. You're shooting for your target market, but I add the whole gamut to it because surprisingly, my focus might change and, maybe I'm not selling cruises anymore and I need to go to FIT. Well, that group is going to have FITers in there as well. So you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent every single day in posting. You've got to add people to it. Now, I did have an advantage because I started my group when you could invite whoever you wanted to it and they didn't have to accept, but they could opt out. Okay. And so the thing is now people have to accept, which is good because then you're getting people in your group that want to be in your group. but it's going to take a little bit longer time to grow that group. But be consistent. I share a lot of different information in that. And I think that your Facebook group needs to be personal. You are your brand. And that's a whole nother talk. And we've had it before, that you are your brand. And so get personal with people in your storytelling. And that's why I'm not such a big fan of having other people run your social media, because I feel like your social media has got to be super personal. And you've got to become that storyteller in there. And you're sharing things that mean something to you. And so, if you don't have a group, grow your group. It's the most powerful thing on Facebook right now. Continue working on that page. Don't spend too much time working on your Facebook page, because really, with the algorithms, only a small percentage of people are seeing it. Maybe 20 people. I can put up a post and have 600 people look at it within an hour, if not 1,200. I posted something on the opening of travel. We had over 4,000 people look at that, because then they started sharing it. And I'd say keep your group open, because then it has sharing potential, versus closed groups, which people can't move the information out of there. I like when they can share what you're posting with their friends. And then another thing is, don't just post. Get super laser focused on asking people to engage and participate. And that means that they're going to, you're going to say like, hey, raise your hand if you like Antarctica too, or if this is on your bucket list or whatever. And then they're putting it in the post. And that actually gives you some idea. I just posted that Antarctica thing this morning as a potential like feeler for who might be interested in that for 2022. And already a couple people said that's on my list. And I'm jotting down names on a note card, in my computer of, hey, Shane says he's interested in that. Hey, Clifton said that they were interested in that. And then I asked people to add their friends to the group. And that's the beauty of it too. Somebody just added 30 people the other day who joined it. And that was real nice. They're potential clients down the road. She refers me a lot. She's in a salon. And so she just added a whole slew of people, and that's great. So ask people to add. Work your group every single day. And then in the engagement, if somebody comments, you've got to engage back, because Facebook and social media is two ways. You can't post. You got to kind of pay to play, and pay to play. I mean, you've got to be engaged with people too, and get really clear about that. So, okay. Do we have any other questions real quick? Okay. If we don't have any other questions, I'm going to sign off. I'm still learning this whole screen share thing, but I'm here for questions. I'm doing a couple things this month. I'm doing a class on, and this is a paid class, on how to grow your independent consultants, that market of your travel agency. If you love that, put it in the comments. I want to know if you're interested in bringing on more ICs to your business. But you just need to know my secret formula for doing that. I'm sharing that this month in a paid group that we're doing. I also do paid consulting on the side. You can reach out to me if your agency needs a boost. And sometimes you only maybe need an hour. I spent some time with somebody yesterday, and we just had a dynamite day. It had just 1 hour. We just got so excited about all the possibilities that she could do in her group, or not in her group, but in her agency, to rebrand and build so she could sell more luxury, but also, just making minor tweaks to things on her webpage. We just spent like 40 minutes on the phone, just kind of diagnosing that. And so sometimes people just want little tweaks. They want branding tweaks that we can do. What are you using that allows you to switch between you and your screen? So this is interesting. I use a program called StreamYard. Thanks for asking. And I haven't done a big screen switch very often, but I want to demo that, because tomorrow we have a really great guest speaker on that we're going to be having on. I'm not going to announce it till later today, because she's not quite sure she's going to be ready to go live tomorrow, but we have the most exciting products coming out, and I've teamed up with her, and tomorrow we have to do a screen share so we can show you all of that. So that was a demo to see if that worked. And it did, but I wasn't very good at it yet. So I use StreamYard to go live. Tell me in the comments if you'd be interested in learning how to run more live sessions, because that would be a really fun topic to teach about as well. So, okay. Love you guys. You're doing amazing. Start working on that business plan. I gave you a whole bunch of tips today. And you've got the time right now. Use this time to grow your creative energy and build your business. So have a good one. See you later.